Welcome. Thank you for watching today. We are working on picking apples. And I went around a couple crab apple trees and one or two apples off of each branch and went around the trees. The person who does the picking is as important as the tree. Maintenance, longevity of the apple tree, any of the fruit trees. Be smart on how you pick. Just don't pick one limb. Go around and pick a little bit around the tree. That way it relieves the weight and allows the rest of the fruit to mature. I was talking to my friend when I got a cup of coffee this morning. The guy behind the counter said, Gibson guitars, how silly that is. Well, we all kind of know Gibson guitar is kind of silly, but it's that precedent thing they are setting. In Humboldt County, Northern California, they're shutting all the sawmills down. By taking the lumber, there's no longer lumber. They take the log, take the bark off it. They call that a value-added product, and it qualifies for this Lacey Act. So since that qualifies, they're trying to interpret the other one since they've milled it. Our federal government's out of control, my friends. The Gibson guitar is just so we can export our logs whole to China. That's what we're doing. India is refining their logs, adding value to them, turning them into lumber, and then shipping them out. That's the idea, that you have some value added to the product before it leaves the country. I guess we'll just start taking iron ore and natural gas and putting it in tankers and ships and sending it abroad so it can be turned into steel. I stand in awe, my friend. Federal government does not allow this. Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac are divisions of our federal government. You cannot have a fruit tree like here. They're beautiful apple trees. These apple trees are not allowed on money through Freddie Mac and Fannie Mae. These are the organizations that lend money out of the stock market to the housing market. And they've made a little rule inside of all their other rules that if you have a fruit tree or a nut tree on your property, you do not qualify. You have to go into a different division, which raises your interest rate dramatically. My friends, it should be the other way around. We have so many vacant houses that are being just vandalized and torn apart. They're falling apart. You can't leave a home in Las Vegas for 2 years unoccupied. It's not going to be a home at the end of that time. This is what Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac own. They're sitting on this enormous supply, and then the people who bought the notes from Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, who actually own the stocks and the other portfolio members that we need to retrieve, foreign banks. So the French banks are in it for the wahoos. Silver's way too high, and they're going to have to pay off in silver. They're going to have a hard time picking up all the silver they need. My friends, the world is crazy. Gibson guitar is what I was about, and picking the trees. It's been a grand day. I have a lot of distance to travel. We'll be heading to Mount Rushmore for 9/11. I figure what a more fitting place to be. Thank you. It'll take a while to get these uploaded, but today's thoughts with the neighbors and at the coffee shop, Gibson guitar and the raid, and how the Democratic guitar people, which I don't know who these are, but probably a Chinese-based guitar place, is the one funding the raids. And yeah, I believe so, but remember, it's for a backwards cause. It's so China can export whole logs out of our country to China. It has nothing about India. They're trying to nullify this thing in India's contract, so then they can say, see, ours is legal. They always use this legal. Well, no, it's not. It's supposed to be milled into lumber before it leaves. This is very important to keep the jobs, the good quality jobs, the lumber job. They get no better. Thank you very much for your time. Goodbye.